Children, how are you all? Hope you all are doing fine. Welcome back to our class, to our school, United Public School. Today is Wednesday, right? 2nd December 2020. How are you all? What are you all doing? Studying or no? All the doubts are clear. Understanding the classes, sending the homeworks, right? Few of them are not sending at all. Why? I don't know. Listen to the class, learn properly, ma. It's a good time. You're getting online everything, even studies, isn't it? Listen to it, learn properly, respond properly, gives the homeworks. We'll go through with our next lesson. We already started this lesson, isn't it? No, we are starting it today only, isn't it? Biodiversity and conservation. All of you know, no, which is our national bird now? Peacock, isn't it? From small UKG and all classes, you all are studying. Peacock is our national bird. Now, the official bird of Telangana, it may be not sure still. Palapitta, they are still deciding. In Telugu, it means Palapitta, Indian roller, blue jay. Next important topic is from a long time we are studying it, but we'll go through it in detail about it. It's a deforestation. What is deforestation? D means removal, taking out. Forestation, what is in the forest? Trees. Deforestation is defined as a permanent removal of trees to make the room for something besides forest. Forests are cutting down. See, the woods and all are being cut off. Poor trees are dying, oxygen level is going down, the habitat in it, the birds and the insects, reptiles living in the trees are dying. This can include clearing the land for agriculture or grazing. They are making big complexes nowadays, isn't it? Earlier, 3 or 4 G plus 4 buildings would be more than enough. Now, 8 floors are being built in our Hyderabad, isn't it? Lifts are there, or they go by stairs. I don't know. Some most of them have lifts. Fourth or fifth floor buildings also have lifts, isn't it? They are cutting down trees, forests. City limits are increasing. Earlier there were no schools, no colleges, shops, and all in far about, only in the city nearby. But the city is nowadays going on increasing. The flyovers, bridges. Even our Hyderabad is becoming modern. But on what basis? Few of the old culture, old systems, customs, and cutting off trees, giving the space for human beings to live. But we are actually killing human beings. We are not giving them our proper oxygen, proper atmosphere, natural air. Weather is finishing off. Forests cover most of the 30% of the Earth's land surface, according to World Wildlife. So, what is happening? The timber, the construction, manufacturing, it is going on getting less day by day, agriculture and grazing of animals, because there are hardly any trees, grass, and all left. Forest conservation is clearing of natural forests, deforestation, to use the land for another purpose, agricultural purpose, to increase palm oil or something. But the trees are being cut off, and so what happens? Where does the forest conversion happen? Across the world's forest conversion is most widespread in developing countries, in tropical regions. For the past 20 years, forest conversion is tropical in the tropical regions has been extensive throughout the Southeast Asia and Latin America. Biodiversity is defined as the variability among living organisms from all sources, including inter alia, terrestrial, marine, and other aquatic ecosystems, and the ecological complexes of which they are a part. This includes diversity within species, between species, and of the ecosystem. Ecological life support means what? The biodiversity provides functioning ecosystem that supplies oxygen, as I just said, the clean air, fresh air. It's because of the trees or plants nearby. When they are going to be cut off, we will not get proper air. It will be polluted from the factories and all, because trees absorb that polluted air and give out fresh oxygen to us. The water is getting finished, pollution is there, pollination of plants, pest control, waste material treatment, and many ecosystem services. Recreation means pursuits rely on our unique biodiversity, such as bird watching. Earlier, this were recreation. Going to zoo was a very big picnic. Recreation means bird watching, just seeing the birds how they are building their nest in the evening times, relaxing your eyes by seeing the sky, gardens, and all. hiking, campaigning, fishing. Nowadays, these all are hardly seen. If it is seen, you are in a village or in very remote areas. Most of the people nowadays don't see all this, don't have time to observe the nature. The importance of biodiversity, the increase in ecosystem productivity. Each species in an ecosystem has a specific niche, a role play to play. Support a large number of plant species and therefore a greater variety of crops are grown. It protects the freshwater resources, promotes soil formation and protection, provide for nutrient storage and recycling. Understood? Evolutionary biologist is the study of evolution of living things in everything from the microscopic world to the ecosystem. The evolution of various forms, life forms on earth. Almost everything important takes place in microbial world. What is it does? It is vast richness of microscopic life and its ecological importance. Crop of viral hangers on. Then viral diversity beggars even that of the protokaryotes. Define natural variation in plants. It refers to the genetic diversity of single species in the wild. Natural variation, something naturally which happens, is a valuable source of beneficial traits for plant breeding. The greatest source of genetic variation in natural population comes from the independent assortment and recombination of genes during sexual reproduction. There are two forms of variation. Variation means it moves away from the real main what is a natural form. It moves from it, varies from it. There are two types, continuous and discontinuous. Characters showing continuous variation vary in a general way with a broad range. There are different variations happen. That diagram which we can see on the computer screen, the plants a little big, a leaf is a big huge, some are small, some are slippery, soft, and many are broad, and many intermediate values between the extremes. Now, what happens? Variation in animals, variation in biology, any difference between the cells, individual organisms, or group of organisms of any species, either caused by genetic difference in their from their fathers, forefathers, grandfathers, or by the effect of environment. Also, it changes. Like most of the living organisms, even in humans, we have variations. We'll see after this. Now, still we have in variation in we have finished variation in plants. Now we are doing variation in animals. The most common animal which we see on the roadsides are the dogs, isn't it? See the picture. Some are bulldogs, some are street dogs, some are black, some are white, isn't it? Some are brownish, some are different fur on it, fat, isn't it? Dogs also have so many variety. Variation means if you consider almost all characteristics, you will find difference between various people, various animals and plants. In a population, there are two forms of variations, continuous and discontinuous. Again, as we saw in plants, variation with species affects how organisms interact with each other and their surrounding. For example, the size of the fish mouth is known as gape. It determines the size of the prey it eats. What it eats, the fish of the mouth, is different. How it catches the prey insects and how it is gulps in it, how it holds it, and the variety of noxious chemical a plant produces controls which insects chew its plants. Now, human variation. We human beings are also different from each other, isn't it? We all have same characters. We breathe, reproduce, grow, sit, drink, eat, sleep, isn't it? Now, what are the variations we can see in the picture there? Some are short, some have big eyes, some are black, isn't it? Hairstyles are different, some are fair. Human variation or human variety, you can say, is a range of possible values for any characteristics, physical or mental, of human beings. Frequently debated areas of variable include cognitive ability, personality, the physical appearance, body shape, skin, color, etc., and the immunology, of course. Individual members of a species also have differences in characteristics. Even in a home, in a house, also you see, all the characters are different. They have different choices, different styles, isn't it? For example, humans have different colored eyes, and dogs have different length tails. This means that no two members of species are identical. They are not exactly the same. The differences between individuals in species is called variation. Understood?